Hi there. In this video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about content creation, the niche that's good for you, the right platforms that you're supposed to be operating on, and also to make sure that you avoid little mistakes that upcoming content creators make that makes them get stuck at the end. And trust me, one of these problems might be the reason why you're not growing as a creator, but you might not know yet. So stick with me and make sure you watch this video through to the end, and you are going to learn how to correct some of these mistakes. All right. Without wasting much time, let's get into it. So first of all, when we talk about content creation, we need to understand what content is. What is content in the first place? Content is any piece of material that helps to entertain, that inspires people, that educates people, that you put on social media. Sometimes it's not even necessarily on social media, but when you even go to someone's wedding or someone's occasion and you capture the video and you send it to the couple, they are watching it, you send it to the family that helped you to capture the videos. It's also content because at the end of the day, they are getting some value. It's either entertainment, it's either they are getting inspired, it's either they are getting informed, or they are getting educated by the content. All right. So with this, you understand what content means. Now, content creation isn't just about posting videos and adding captions and adding titles, thumbnails, and then all the things people talk about. I mean, they're all parts, don't get me wrong. They are all part of content creation. They are all part of what you do, whilst you are inside. But before you even start doing all these things, you have to know certain fundamentals first before you start. And this is what a lot of creators get wrong before starting content creation. All right. So the first question you have to ask yourself, which is one of the most important questions you have to ask yourself before you start content creation, it is, why do you want to start creating content? Why? Is it to entertain people? Is it to gain an income? Is it because you are passionate about a certain topic? Now, answering these questions guides you as to certain decisions that you are going to make along the way in terms of the content you are going to create. It even influences the niche that you are going to operate in, the category you are going to operate in, and then all that. Let me explain. I know some of you might be confused, so let me explain. Now, educational niches and then entertainment niche and lifestyle, vlogging niches earn differently. They don't all earn the same thing when it comes to ad revenue, especially here on YouTube. They earn differently. Okay, so if you are in for the income solely, if you're someone who is into content creation for sole income, like you just want to make income, you want to make money, or you want to gain financial freedom, then maybe trying educational niches might help you, like speaking about tech, educating people on how to grow on YouTube and all that. These are some of the things that pays. Like the CPM for some of these things are very high, and it's not too scary. I mean, most of your favorite content creators that you see doing educational or doing productivity, content and all that, they learn or they research before they come before the camera and start recording. So it's not like you have to have everything in your brain. You have to actually research and prepare yourself before you come to your audience. Yeah. So if you really want to earn an income, especially from ad revenue, then I'd really recommend that you enter into educational content. You can talk about tech, about gadgets. When there's a new gadget in town, you can go and research about it, the specs of the gadget, the battery, everything. Then you come and speak about it. Yeah, and then you are good to go. Educational content in general actually have a lot of companies that are willing to pay more for ads as compared to entertainment content. That is the reason why educational content earn more. So if you want to earn more, and that is your main reason why you want to start content creation from ad revenue, that is what I'm going to advise you to go into. However, if you are passionate about what you want to do, if you want to do it because of passion and you don't really care about the money, you can feel free to venture into everything. Yes, because you can do the educational, you can do the entertainment, you can do whatever you want to. Now, if you're also like me, where you want to do something where you feel passionate about, something that you feel passionate about, you don't want it to be so strict, you don't want to do something that you feel like it's so unbearing for you, that you don't really enjoy, then you can find a good strike between the two. Yes, you have to find something that you can enjoy doing, and you can also really flourish there as well. Just that if you are doing maybe entertainment content or other content, you should know maybe you'd have to do twice more as compared to someone in the other niches. Okay. Yes, I just want to lay the reality down for you so that you know all this before you venture. All right. Another thing is also that Now, you don't need to get all your gadgets. You don't need to get expensive cameras or gadgets before you start. You can actually start with your phone. You can actually start with the little that you have. What is really important is you getting started and keeping on, repeating, posting, editing, and doing all that. It's like when it comes to content creation, it's like you learning on a job kind of sort of thing. Yes, it's more of you learning on the job more as compared to you being very perfect and then coming to sit behind the camera and then doing everything perfectly, because even your favorite content creators go through a lot before they produce the interesting videos that they bring out. Yeah, so you don't really have to stress yourself too much. I'm not also saying that don't put in the effort or enough work to bring out good content, but then I'm just encouraging you to start with the little that you have, and then make those mistakes and then learn from those mistakes. That is how you are going to improve as a creator. Don't procrastinate, just start now. You don't really need all the expensive gadgets to start what you are doing, okay? And then also the platform that you like to operate in when it comes to content creation. Yes, you have to understand the platform very well. It's not just about, oh, okay, I like being on Instagram most of the time, or I like being on Snapchat most of the time, or I like being on YouTube most of the time. So because I want to start content creation and I want to make money, then I'll start on Instagram. And then you are in somewhere around Ghana, it's not really going to work, because Instagram in Ghana, you don't really get paid. I mean, there are benefits from being a content creator on Instagram in Ghana though, which is, it gives you visibility and all that. But as to add revenue, you don't really get a lot of that. So these are all the things that you're supposed to know. So imagine you don't know anything about this and then you want to enter into content creation, and then your idea is that you are going to use Instagram, or you are going to start something like that on TikTok, and then you'll be posting and you'll be expecting to be paid at the end of the day. You end up wasting your time. You get it? Yes. So if you want to earn money, you know that, okay, YouTube pays people in Africa. Yes, even though it's not as compared to the ones outside there, but it's quite okay. At least you get to work for what you earn. Yeah. So that is one of the things that I wanted to lay down there for you to understand before you start content creation, that it is not every platform that's going to be favorable per the kind of content that you want to create and per the purpose which you want to create content. Yeah. And as a starting content creator, don't think too much about analytics and then views. Very, very few people start content creation and then, especially on YouTube, they start and then they start blowing up. No, it's going to take a bit of time. So you have to just take your time, perfect yourself, get better at speaking in front of the camera, get better at your editing and all that. So just take your time, just start, just post and be consistent. Post more videos, like post more content, and then learn from your mistakes. Eventually you'd realize that a video you are not even expecting to blow up is going to blow up, and then that's going to give you a lot of views and make you pass all your thresholds. All right, so quick recap. When we talk about content creation, we know that it is not just about videos or skits, but anything at all that is creative. It can be pictures, it can be visuals, it can be videos, it can be written. All right, secondly, you have to know, the most important thing is knowing the reason why you want to start the content, and that is what's going to drive your decisions as to what kind of niches you are going to choose, as to whether they are going to be educational, whether they are going to be entertainment niches. Okay, if you're interested in knowing more about niches, kindly comment in the comment section, and I'm going to make a video speaking only about niche and the reason why you should not venture into certain niche, and the reason why you should venture more into certain niche. So if you're interested in learning more about the niches that you need to know, kindly comment in the comment section. Let me know. Also, the platform you're going to choose is really important, because you can't just create content everywhere and expect the same results from every platform. Every platform works differently, so you have to make sure that you learn the platform inside out, learn how their algorithm works, so that you know how you place your titles, your thumbnails, everything. You get it? Because the kind of titles or how you're going to craft your titles or your scripts on Instagram or TikTok or Snapchat or X is going to be different from YouTube. And then the last one is, you don't need all the expensive gadgets to actually start. You can start from where you are now and gradually grow into it. That is my advice for you. Hi there, if you've enjoyed this video so far, don't forget to like, subscribe, and then leave a comment in the comment section. See ya.